So, for your practice purpose, so for your interview preparation purpose, so you have to mainly concentrate on these topics. Okay. So theoretical topics, mainly these topics you have to concentrate here as part of the interview preparation. So interview preparation point of view. So you need to concentrate on the below points like background jobs. So background jobs are very important. So these background job concepts you need to prepare, so which means background job with respect to how to uh, create the background jobs, right? How to schedule the how to creation or schedule means same. The job steps, job status, okay? So status of the jobs, status, job steps, right? How many types of job steps, job startup conditions, okay? So these things are very important here. These things are so very important. Also, one more important thing is, so jobs are running from longer time. So if the jobs are running from longer time, what we have to do, right? So also there are questions may ask you, jobs are not running. It's running from long time, or it's not running. It's not at all running. It's not at all running. So which means jobs are not running means mainly we need to look at the any free BTC work process are available or not. If the free work process are not available, so then definitely jobs it won't run. Suppose sometimes what happens, jobs will run from longer time. So it's coming from 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, running from long time. In that case, so we have to check the file system space levels, DB file system level connectivity, whether the jobs are really doing something, any changes in the above program or any variant changes. So these things we have to look at out the with respect to the background job perspective here, right? So the second one, which important thing is the transport management system, transports, right? Transport management system. This is also very important topic which you have to remember, transport management system. So then apart from the transport management system, background jobs and transport management system. So transports, transporting the data, transporting the objects from one system to another system. For this one, we need to create the transport routes, layers, right? So transport routes, layers, so request creations released by them, and we have to import it here. Our duty is here, we have to import it, domain controller. So these things you need to concentrate. Mainly these things you need to concentrate. Domain controller creation, how to add the systems into transport domain controller. So then apart from after that, how to import the request, how to check the log files, transport log files in the TP system log or in the trans directory in the log folder. There is a log, S log, U log, A log. These log files we have to look at out the all those things here, right? So these are the main things to look at the transport management system here. So transport, so management system, these are the main things we have to look at, right? So then client administration, right? Client administration part. So entire client administration. So you will get lot of things. Client administration, client administration. So client administration part, administration of the client, like client copies, local client copy, remote client copy, all those things we have to look at out the all those things here, right? Local, remote, all those things we have to look at out these things here, right? So this is the client administration perspective, which you have to look at out the, so these things here, client administration, okay? Client administration part here. So local, remote, RFC, then RFC administration part. So RFC administration, RFC connections creation from source to target, and these things here. And so apart from that, so mainly some of the support pack, some upgrade steps, how to start the some tool, some related things you need to concentrate here, right? And also the OS level file systems, log files, file systems, like especially for the work directory, the profile, and so these things which are very important here. The next one is like a so kernel upgrade or kernel update. This is the very important. Then then note implementations are very important here. So these are the main topic for the interview preparations topic here. These are the main topic here for to preparing the interviews, or you are attending, many members are attending the interviews, right? So in that case, so if you concentrate on these topics, these are the very important topic and very useful here in the day-to-day activity. And come up the scenario type questions here. Scenario type questions they may ask you. Scenario type questions means so system is very slow. Users are unable to log in. System is slow. Users are unable to log in. So this kind of activities here. System is slow and users are unable to log in. And so only one user is facing the very slowness issue. So and all those things here. So these are the things here. The coming to the DB level. So here HANA, what is HANA? What is the SDC, single database container, and MDC container, right? This kind of things. And also here HANA administration perspective, HANA installations, like HANA parameter change. After where you will change the HANA parameter changes. HANA parameter changes. So then stop and start HANA the stop and the start HANA stop and start. So also here HANA so delta merge and save point interval. HANA delta merge and save point interval, which we have to look at out this one here. So apart from the delta merge and save point interval, then HANA upgrade HANA upgrade things here, right? HANA upgrade things. Then, so once the HANA upgrade things, then next one is the so HANA replication modes and operation modes, replication and operational modes here, right? HANA replication and operational modes. So apart from that, so which we have to look at out the HANA backups, types of backups here. Then recovery, HANA recovery. So refresh steps here, high level. So HANA refresh steps here. So if you know all these things about the HANA, definitely you can through the interview. So these are the, so if you know about all those things here, you can easily, these all are comes under the HANA administration part. What is single container, multi-container, HANA versions, HANA installations, parameter changes in the configuration tab, stop and start, we can use it, delta merge, save point, HANA upgrades, right? So replication. So these all are the, if you know, these are the concepts only in the HANA. So if you know all these concepts, definitely you can throw the interview. And some of the scenario type questions, note implementation, S note transaction code, types of notes, kernel upgrades, right? So then what are the steps we need? We know like OS level file systems, work directory, some upgrade steps, right? High level. So then administrations, profile, parameter changes, SAP level parameter changes. So these things are very important for interview point of time. If you remember all those things, so definitely you can through the interview, right? So these are the interview preparation point of view. You need to concentrate on the, so these topics here. You need to concentrate on these topics. Okay. So why? Because for practice purpose, you can practice it, but as an interview point of time, you need to remember the all those things here, right? So all those things here, kernel patch and version. What is this, man? You are asking correct question. You are not asking correct. Kernel version. Every kernel there is a version. Either kernel patch or there is a version. Kernel patch or kernel version upgrade. Both are same. Same means the same steps we have to follow it here. Okay. Same steps we have to follow. So each and everything, either OS also we have the version, OS kernel also for, then SAP also there is a version, and kernel also there is a versions here, which you have to remember here, right? So you need to, kernel version means kernel version. Every kernel there is a version. So there is a release. There is a release and there is a patch level. So suppose like kernel 753, then patch level 1000. So then you are updating the patch level to the only 753, then you are updating the patch level to the 1200 means this is the kernel patch upgrade. Release means version upgrade. Release means release or version upgrade. Means you are changing from 750 to 754, you are upgrading, right? That is called the kernel release upgrade. Kernel release upgrade or kernel version upgrade. You are changing the version. You are not only just kernel patch, just to only release also you are changing. That is called the version or release upgrade. Okay. So these are the topics you need to prepare it here, right? So RFC SM59, some upgrade, we have the configuration, extraction, configuration checks, pre-processing, then execution. So then post-processing activity, OS level file systems, kernel upgrade, note implementations, right? S note scenario type questions like system slowness, what you have to do, what are the checks we have to perform. Users are unable to log in. Then what is the reason and how will you investigate, how will you troubleshoot it, right? So then kernel upgrades. So kernel upgrade steps, right? Note implementation, yes, note, there is a manual correction notes. So each note there is a depend upon your system kernel version that we need to check it out, right? HANA installations, we know. HANA parameter changes, stop and shut, all delta merge, right? Save point, replication, operational modes. So at least you need to remember the replication modes and operational modes, backups, restore, recovery steps. If you remember few steps here, then so you can throw the interview. So only it will not ask like all the questions here, high level, like more questions also I given here. So if you prepare all these topics here, so you can throw the interview here. Okay. That is the interview point of preparations you need to check. Suppose example, if you want to interview type of questions means in my channel, I will share the list of interview topics, questions, documentation, so that we can prepare for those things as well. I can share you the list of links, YouTube links, so that it will be very helpful. So while you are going for interview, just to if you prepare those things, those are very enough. All right. So apart from that, anybody, any questions, anyone? So you can just ask me, I can clarify your doubts or anything. I thought of everybody will join, but I don't think no one will join. Types of DOMs. So
I,
instead of
what are the scenario-based questions you will ask for?
scenario-based questions, I told you, right? So scenario-based questions means users are unable to log in. If the users are unable to log into the SAP system, which means we need to check the whether SAP system is up and running or not. So check the connectivity to the database. So check the gateway settings. Sometimes what happens if the gateway connection table is full, so then users will not able to log in. So if the database file systems are full, SAP will not commit any transactions. SAP is not committing means so new users will not do it. Users will not. It will be slow to the users. So the SAP file systems, then CPU utilizations, memory utilizations, if any issues, we need to look at out all those things. All those things we have to look it out. So, and sometimes what happens, everything is okay. Users are, so only few users are facing the slowness. Only some US country users are facing the slowness. Others are able to log in doing fine. Maybe their network side, we need to check it out this one. Why? Because system, with the system issue, all the users will impact. Not the system issue. Only few specific country users. Then it's not the system issue. It's a that network region related issues here, right? So and also one user is executing the transaction, it is very slow, but other users are facing for only one transaction is facing very slowness. So which means the transaction code may be sales related, so maybe material related transaction code. So maybe the transaction code has some custom custom program as added. That may be the reason, maybe the slow. We need to check what is the program, what are the filter conditions are mentioned in that program, are there any correctly configured or not. So we need to check all the areas. We need to look at the slowness of the one transaction. If the system slowness, so then we need to look at the DB file system issues, SAP file systems issues. So whether DB is able to connect, are there any long running jobs in the system? What is the status of the update records? So all the information we need to look at out the in the SAP systems here. These are the main things which we have to concentrate here. These are the main things we need to concentrate as part of the system preparation scenario type questions here. Right, types of dumps we may face in the real time. Okay, types of dumps means, so what are the types of dumps means? There are the some common types of dumps: message underscore type underscore x, syntax errors, like timeout time underscore out errors, like program error, so the uncaught exceptions, DB SQL errors. The other types of dumps are there, so like DB SQL error, so like shared memory errors. So these kind of things we may get it out. Message underscore type underscore x, uncaught exceptions. So syntax, so timeout, then DB SQL, and yeah, these are repository, no space, something like that. We may face the multiple issues. Any other questions, anyone? Can ask me. We have the time, right? You can utilize that time. So I won't conduct the one more many sessions. So you can ask me. Daily monitoring, system health checking. Daily monitoring and system health checks. So daily monitoring sheets I already shared, right? So that you need to practice it here as part of the day-to-day monitoring. You need to concentrate on the, so first of all, ST22 system dumps, then SM21, then SICK, SM37 long-running transaction codes, SM58 is there any transactional RFCs are failed or not, SMQ1, SMQ2, right? Use any stuck or not. So then SM21, SM51, so SM13, 14, right? SM12 old, SM37 long running background jobs, right? So then SMLG response time, ST03, and take the workload analysis, ST02. So all those things, there are a lot of things in database level, DB space, file systems, capacity, all the things we need to check it out. So I think there are some sheets, Excel sheets I shared, right? So if you follow those things, those are enough. Daily monitoring system में both are same. Daily monitoring we will do for system health checks. So if you remember like 15 to 20 transaction codes, and if you tell about those things, that's enough. So whenever the interviewer asking the question, can you tell me the system health checks means, don't tell the transaction codes. So just you have to explain about that theoretically, and you have to check. So dumps we need to check it out in the first place. That we will check it on the ST22. Then after the system logs, we will check it out. That is the SM21 system logs. We will check it out. So like that. So we need to explain like that. We need to explain during the for this whenever the interviewer asks daily monitoring. So transports, so transport imports, STMS transaction codes, right? Profile parameter changes. So these things.
Yeah, what are the migration question we'll ask in interview? Right?
Migration questions. So I means, do you have any experience on the migration or not? So if you have put more than 8 years, 9 years experience, they may ask you the migrations related questions. Like migration means what are the like migrations you performed or not. Yes means, so what type of migration? Suppose like OSDB migration. Okay, what is the OS source and what is the target? Then what approach you followed? Some DMO approach. Okay, as part of the some DMO approach. So like how you performed, what is the DB size, what is the source, what is the target, then how you perform the preparation steps, and so all the things they may one by one they may ask you. Suppose during the migration, where the shadow will be repository will be created, where the so then in which steps we have to provide this one, how will you generate the migration keys, then so all the information, whether you will update the system or without system update you done the migration. So how you done it here, that what is the procedure, how much time taken, what is the strategy you followed? These may questions they may ask you.
Yeah, as you said in your class, that is the same, right?
Yes. So migration, there are the methods, system copy, export import method, and so we have the some DMO method here. So which method you followed, homogeneous or heterogeneous? Heterogeneous means migration only. So what is the source? What is that? Like that, they may ask you questions.
Okay. Yeah, what is the difference between S4 HANA and HANA? How can we explain about it?
S4HANA is the application, HANA is the database. S4HANA application will run on top of the HANA database. So that is the difference, major difference. HANA is the database, S4HANA is the application. Application will depend on top of the database here. S4HANA will applications, all users will log into the application. So application will push the data to HANA database. HANA will store the data.
The remaining work are all the same, right? SAP HANA.
Same. HANA means HANA database means now database related things. S4HANA means it's a kind of ECC, NetWeaver, CRM, SRM, how we have the SAP application. Same way we have this S4HANA applications.
S4 HANA connect with cloud, right?
S4HANA on-premise, S4HANA cloud concepts also available.
Okay.
So cloud is a taking the rent of some other like infrastructure, like taking the rent, CPU, memory, network, all those things we are taking a rent. So in the cloud providers also, so we have the multiple cloud infrastructure providers are there to provide the rent to us. Rent means what rent they are providing? CPU, memory, space, network, all those things they will security they will provide to us. Like there are the types of thing in the cloud, there are the types of services are there, like infrastructure as a service, software as a service, IaaS, PaaS, there are services. There is a one video in my YouTube. I clearly explained about those differences.
Yes, we have.
Any other questions, anyone? I thought of many members will join. I don't think no one is joining. Maybe they are not interested, I think. Yeah. So still whoever joined, any questions you can ask me. So my members, they asked me the resume. So that is, I think resume, I will, whoever need the resume, I think I will share you the resume. So just you can